Well, this is our 13th annual Dallas County Firemen's Training School. And we have different types of evolutions that we go through in setting fires and extinguishing fires. And this accident happened on our house fire project. We have diesel fuel and gasoline that we have piped into the building that we pump in through a valve. And what happened, the whole building vaporized, whereas we thought we were vaporizing one room, or one room was supposed to have been vaporizing. Some of the vapors got into the other room. Then when they come in with their torch and torched this ignition source off, well, then it went throughout the building. When it did, it come right over the top of these firemen.
What sort of injuries do you think they've sustained?
Second and third degree burns to the face, arms, and legs.
Has anything like this ever happened before?
No, not in the 13 years that we've had this school.
Do you have any reason why it happened? And
no, I don't.
How it could be
prevented? Not until we'll find out, I'll guarantee you that.
The sleeping facilities consist of metal wall bunks which have been covered with rough finished cement. The bunks formerly were all metal but had become worn and broken and tore prisoners' clothes. So it was explained to us there at the jail that the bunks had been cemented over and that they are more comfortable now than they were previously. Everybody seems to agree that there are sandwiches and coffee twice a day, and presumably there's a package of raisins also.
This convention is different because the organization involved is unlike most others. Its purpose is to help people through a telephone ministry called Contact, which now has 35 centers across the country, most of them in urban areas. Much of the convention is devoted to workshops at SMU, which deal with the problems people have when they call Contact: loneliness, drugs, alcohol, sex, even suicide. The Contact telephones staffed by these people are manned 24 hours a day, and all of them are specially trained volunteers. The number of cities with such a service has been doubling each year, and according to a Contact spokesman, there's a reason for this kind of success. Contact meets a need, he said, by showing people that someone else cares in an urban society that has become increasingly dehumanizing. So the people at this convention are spending their time on an idea that's different from most convention themes, the idea that when a person is made to feel someone else cares about his problems, maybe those problems aren't so big after all. Jack Hill, Channel 8 News on the Move.
Well, just this past year was a glorious moment when we were invited to Baylor University to perform our 3-act in the Elizabeth Barrett Browning Salon. We went down there with a group and did the play.
How about former students? How successful have they been?
Well, I have lots of former students all over the state and the nation that have been successful, but not necessarily in theater.
If you're one of those women who's been afraid to go outside after dark, a new weapon has been invented that will disable any attacker so long as you've got a good aim. It's a flashlight filled with chili oil. The oil won't kill the mugger, but it's sure to temporarily blind him. It works like this. All you have to do is get a good aim, push the button, and out comes a thin stream of eye-burning oil. You can be sure your assailant will wish he'd stayed home with his wife. The man who's selling these versatile flashlights is Mr. David Betts, a former Dallas policeman. Mr. Betts, what advantage does this flashlight have over another weapon, like tear gas, for instance?
Well, that particular weapon, unlike tear gas, is effective on a human being, our dog, as well as a human being, and there's not any danger of a drift back of this material, chili oil, whereas on tear gas, just the vapor itself is effective on a human being. This light also will squirt through a screen door. Say a person comes to the door, starts trying to jerk it open, you happen to be there with the light, you can actually squirt it through a screen door. It'll squirt, in fact, about 15 to 18 feet.
I see. Well, you can be sure that the chili oil in this flashlight won't flavor your food, but when it's squirted, it's bad news for a mugger. Martha McIntyre, Channel 8 News on the Move.